Hello everyone, this is Joanna from Joanna the Medium. These are going to be messages for the month of August. Sorry about being late. As I mentioned last month, I was really busy, then I had to go away for a few days and I just couldn't get a chance to, or didn't get a chance to record videos. Came back to extremely busy schedule already, so they are coming in fact a little bit late. But thank you so much for waiting, and I hope you will like them. Because they were late, I kind of thought maybe I should do something different, or maybe I should make them shorter. And I actually got a very strong feeling from Spirit that I should try something different for the sake of cutting some time. Well, turns out that the readings are actually longer. It's the setup that's slightly different. So what I was asked to do is do more of a channeled message, not using cards, and use fewer cards. And I actually thought it was going to be a shorter reading, but it turns out that in more cases, it's actually longer than the ones I've done in the past. So lots of different energies I'm working with. 3/4, half to 3/4 of the entire reading is me channeling information based on what I'm being told and seeing, which is a little bit different for me in this particular setup because I'm not even using any cards at that point. So some of it is very, very specific. Some of it is more general. Some energies are different than others. Some are stronger. Some are more strange than others. So it is a very different set of readings for August, for sure. As always, it is general. These are general readings, so it may make sense to you. Some of it, certainly for all of you, it won't make sense to you. For some of you, it may. For a majority of you, some parts may make sense to you, some won't. Please check out rising sign, moon sign, as well as your sun sign, as these may offer a more complete picture of what's happening in your life. If you would like a private reading, please contact me with the information below, and we can set up a private session so that you can understand exactly what this is pertaining for you. I cannot answer questions through emails pertaining to general readings. Sometimes I'll get a message saying, what does this mean to me? Without actually having a one-on-one session, it is impossible for me to do that. And I cannot answer each and every email because I get literally hundreds of emails, which is why I can't always respond to all of them. So if you would want more information particularly connecting to you or relating to you, you might want to have a private session, and you can just reach me at the information below. If these readings don't make sense to you this time around, that's perfectly okay. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Please do let me know if you like the new format, as I feel it's here to stay, at least until the next change. I think I mentioned in some of my earlier videos that I feel I will need to be doing more channeling. So, I hope you like it. I actually found it a little bit easier, not looking at cards and just giving information that's coming to me. And that's really how I work with one-on-one clients. Trying to see if there's anything else that I want to say, other than I always want you to know how grateful I am for you listening, viewing, liking, sharing. It means a lot to me. I just posted a video on 10,000 subscribers thank you offer. This was my goal for the end of 2016. So the fact that it's already reached 10,000 at the end of July is amazing to me, and that's obviously thanks to you. And I always want to say thank you so much, because without you, there's no need for me to do this. So without further ado, I hope you like the readings. Let me know how it resonates with you, and let's get going. I'll see you in a moment. Hello and welcome back. This is going to be a reading for the sign of Aries. And I'm going to start off with channeled message from Spirit. I'm working with a very different energy today, so this might come actually across different. just like my other sign a moment ago. So bear with me. This is also new for me, but I'm open for this. So let's see what we have for Aries, for the sun, for the month of August 2016. The very first thing I see and hear is the words self-love. And I feel like this is something that I have spoken about before. And then he's shaking his head. He's saying, not to them, you haven't. Okay, so I'm going to open my eyes because I noticed that when I channel, I close my eyes, but then it looks weird for you. He's saying to me that the idea of self-love is an aspect of you that has been deteriorating for quite some time. And I'm going to ask him to unpack this for us. He says, what I'm trying to say is that in order for them to feel good about themselves, they need to learn how to nurture self, or in other words, self-love. Or he says, leave it. Okay. I feel like I'm speaking to selected few of you, or many, to selected group of you who have been struggling with, I hear the words, self-esteem. I'm being drawn to men or male energy, and then I'm being drawn to female. So this is both from males and females. I don't see anyone in particular right now as far as names or letters. This is for those of you who have struggled with a sense of self or self-worth or worthiness for quite some time. And then I'm seeing the number 15. It could be since you were 15 years old, or for the last 15 years, or there is a number 15 that is somehow connected to you by either birth date, significant number, favorite number, something with the number 15. And also I'm being shown the number 13. So if those two numbers make sense to you, for some it's 13, for some it's 15, this message is that much more significant. Okay, so I'm going to get back on track here with the aspect of self-love. I'm asking him why he's giving this message right now. And he's saying to me, and this is a different energy than I normally work with. This is a time of change, and this is kind of consistent with another reading that I just did. The change that he is referring to or speaking of is a change that is, for the most part, a very positive one. However, because the way you feel about yourself is not necessarily at an optimal level, you may feel that the changes that you are about to undergo are in fact negative. So I'm going to ask him to explain. And then I'm hearing the word job. For some of you, there is a change in job coming up. Whether it is because you will quit, you will be asked to leave, the job will be taken away from you because of a layoff or shortage of work or something. He's saying to me, that situation is going to occur in a very near future. Now, as I say this, I go, okay, I'm going to get yelled from by people for predicting that they're going to lose their jobs. And he says it doesn't matter. It's happening regardless of whether I like it or not. Sorry. However, he's saying to me that this isn't entirely a new thing for those of you who are going to go through these changes. You have had indications of this happening, and this has been indications through spoken words. So I feel like I'm speaking to selected few of you who have had indications of your job either ending, being your business, the business being sold, or some kind of changes that are projected or have been talked about. So this isn't entirely a new thing. So please, I'm not predicting you're going to lose your job. If there is changes, it's because you are already aware of this in some way, shape, or form. Please, I don't predict things. I'm purely a tool. He says this is meant to be a message of hope, not a message that is based in fear. Quite the opposite. This change is not only inevitable, but positive, and he's underlying the word positive over and over and over and over. However, because you're not feeling great about yourself, you might feel a little bit shaken up, and this may take a toll on your already lowish confidence level in who you are. So, I want to ask him why he's bringing this up. He says, I want them to understand that the outcome is indeed a very positive one. And I'm saying, okay, yeah, but do they need to know this right now? Is it going to create more fear? He says, not at all. It is better to be prepared with some information that is already out there, and be prepared in knowing that is going to turn out okay, than having an information out there and fearing the worst. So he's actually trying to prevent you from going into places in your mind that are actually more detrimental to your growth and your own levels of self-worth. Another strange message, sorry. He says this is not a prediction. This is something you're already aware of. So if you are in a stable job where things are great and you're happy, this is not for you. This is not for you. This is for those selected of you who are either contemplating a change because you're unhappy, or you have been hearing that changes in your work environment are coming, and you're kind of going about your day, but it's in the back of your mind. This is a message for you. And what's being said again is that this is a significant change, but it is a positive one. And I want to yell it at you so you don't misunderstand it, okay? And he says, that's enough. He's also showing me the number 9. So number 9 to me, unless it is, so for some of you, this is going to happen in the month of September, or closer to September, third week of August or September. And for some of you, this is because Aries has got nothing to do with September as far as birth month. For some of you, 9 indicates to me endings, or endings about to happen, or closing doors, but they haven't happened yet. So you're nearing an end of either your career or your job. And I'm trying to see if this is mostly financially connected. And okay, I want to repeat again because I feel like I need to. This is not predicting that you're going to lose your job if you're happy and there's no indications. This is only for selected few, I hope, very few, who already have an indication of this, either feeling it or having heard it from someone, okay? And then he says things are going to be okay. Financially, you are also going to be okay. I hear the word struggle. So for some of you, maybe you are already struggling financially, but the next phase of your financial and career aspect, life, is going to be much more positive than what you are looking at now or what you're used to, okay? There is a growth that will be happening with you, and the growth is internal rather than external. So I'm going to ask him to clarify what that means. And I hear the word strength. Through this process of change, you are going to acquire much more strength, and therefore this will be congruent to you feeling better about yourself. Now, changes, especially when it comes to career, because that's our source of income, and income is what we need in order to live. So, I've gone to this few times recently in the last 2 years. It's bloody scary. It is scary, and I've had indications because Spirit was telling me. So I understand that it may feel uncomfortable, but that's why this is coming forth right now, to let you know, yes, changes are coming. Yes, changes are inevitable. And yes, you have been privy to this information in some way, shape, or form. But this is mostly a positive change, aside from the fact that it's going to feel a little bit uncomfortable for a little while. Okay, again, the word September comes up, so it's either you're going to see this in September, the change taking place in September, or something significant, or you're going to get a new job in September, or you're going to quit in September, or something of that sort. Okay, he's also saying for some of you, you're fed up with where you are right now, and you've been contemplating changes for quite some time, and that is the time is coming where that decision will be either made for you, or you will make the final decision. He also says the words, be confident in your abilities. Very, very important. Anytime we go through change, it's uncomfortable, and sometimes confidence can take a bit of a beating. So, but again, that's why he is saying the word self-love. This is precisely the time when you need to nurture yourself with positive words, positive affirmations, positive thoughts, to feed your soul confidence, not fear. Okay? And he's doing this. So I'm going to put that aside, and let's go with the cards. The first card represents your past or your background. And we have the card, it's a chakra card. So this is your crown. And this is your background, and I'm going to ask him what this means. And he's connecting this to the subject that we talked about, which is financial changes or change in career. For some of you, this will be relationship, but for the majority of you who this resonates with, it is to do with job or career, or how you acquire money or living. Financial house. So the reason why this is being shown to you as far as the background pertaining to this career change is because he says you've had indications, you've known this for quite some time, whether it was spoken to you through a colleague or someone in a physical sense, or it was spoken to you through intuition, or through inner guidance, or through spirit, whatever you want to call it. So you've had knowledge and you've had indications. This is not new to you. So this is confirming again, this is not new. So let's move on to the next card. This is your present, or your challenge. And we have the card called, well, that makes perfect sense. It's called emotional withdrawal. This is Cups suit, so it pertains to emotions. But it is shown to me in reverse. So what is the opposite of emotional withdrawal? It's peace. So I'm going to ask him, so this is now, what this signifies. He says the word stability. Regardless of what is transpiring, or what is about to transpire, excuse me, there is a sense of stability, which is kind of interesting. I want to see if there's anything more here. No, he's asking me to leave it at that, but I don't want to. He says, just tell them stable is how they feel right now. Now, I'm asking him, well, if the job is changing, would that make them feel stable? He says the change hasn't happened yet. The change is in the process of happening, but it hasn't happened yet for most of you. So it's saying to me that right now you're feeling pretty good. 8 is a stable number. It's a number of foundations. It is a prosperous number. So wherever you are right now, I feel emotionally you're actually doing okay. You're doing okay. So that's great. So it's not an issue, it's actually just representing where you are now. And maybe because you've had indications of such, so of the change coming, so you're not really, you've prepared yourself, or you already have ideas with what you want to do going forward, which allows you to have emotional peace, recognition, and also acceptance. When we have acceptance, things seem to move much more smoother, and they certainly feel better. So that's now. Now, the advice for you, whatever that would be, or your future, is shown by the card. The card is called Solitude. It is a major arcana card. 9, again, I was seeing 9 earlier, so that's interesting. 9 is indication to me of changes coming. Major arcana card speaks of tremendous inner growth in a particular area. Solitude, well, that's pretty self-explanatory, but I want to see why this was shown to me in reverse. And he's asking me to say the month of September. So I do feel that in September, either major change will happen, positive change, or by September, you will have more clarity as to your work or career situation. This is predominantly seems to be career-oriented reading. Okay, now I want to see why this is shown to me in reverse. So what he's saying to me is that normally, if there is such thing, when we go through changes regarding work, or when we lose our job, or when the job is taken away from us, or when we choose to quit, oftentimes we kind of want to lock ourselves in and just kind of digest and not be out there. But what he's saying to me is that's not what's going to happen. And I actually feel like the movement from one job or career to another and the space in between, it's going to feel like a swift movement. And he's saying to me there's not going to be a lot of room for stagnation. So you will not actually be in solitude for very long, or you're not going to be feeling blue, you're not going to feeling depressed, you're not going to feel like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I feel like it's just going to boom, 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 done. One job gone, little space in between. Okay, what do I want to do? And boom, next one. And he says to me, fast movement. So be prepared. And he's reminding me, that's why he's saying that whatever is about to transpire with the knowledge that you have as far as your job or career is positive. And it's because you're ready for the next step and the next phase in your career, and that's also signifying growth with you. So wherever you're going, it's not only going to be different, but it's going to be potentially more higher, more significant, or requiring you to use aspects of yourself that you haven't before, which might be a little bit challenging, but that's all about growth. So I just want to see if there is anything. Yeah, he showed me the number 9. So September for some of you is going to be very significant regarding the job situation. Again, positive, positive, positive. This is positive change. Change is uncomfortable, but this is positive. I don't feel like there's anything else. He's asking me to leave this. So for those of you who are contemplating a move to a different career, it's on the horizon. For those of you who have heard that your job is about to end, or maybe it's a seasonal job, or somebody said that the job is going to close, or the job is going to be eliminated, it's happening. It's in the process of happening. Because the present is shown to me as you feeling stable and comfortable, I don't feel that it's going to have too much of an impact on your emotional well-being. But like with any change, sometimes we go within and we, sometimes, especially for those people who don't feel too confident, it can take a bit of a toll on one's self-confidence. But I don't feel that's going to happen a whole lot. So If you are in a situation where you know that changes are coming, and if you're feeling a little bit fearful, it's being said to you, don't worry. This is going to not only work itself out, is going to work itself out for the better. Okay? And I also hear somebody saying you deserve it. And this is a female voice. It's almost like a mother saying to you, you deserve it. You've worked hard for this. Let this go so this can come in. Okay, I just had a dog come through. So for some of you, you have a dog on the other side, and I heard the words German Shepherd, and I heard, I get the letter L in the name. So it could be the first letter in the name, or somewhere in the name of the dog, letter L. I also heard the word Larry, Laura Lee, Lee. Maybe that is your name or sounds like that. So maybe you have a dog that's passed and it's on the other side, and it's a German Shepherd, and it is a female. I also hear there's another dog that came through, and I heard the word Boxer, and it's shown to me white with some brown, light brown patches. And this particular dog has a patch or a different color on one eye than on another. It's almost like it's white here and there's a patch on his, because I feel it's a he, on his eye, and he just barked at me, signifying that yes, that's what he means. So for some of you, you have a boxer that's passed, and I actually don't know if boxers come in white, or maybe it's a mixture of boxer, because he's not very tall, but he has a boxer body, very, very short hair like boxers would have. And then he says, leave it at that. So that's interesting, because I don't get very many animals coming through in these readings. In my personal sessions, I do. But so for some of you, if this is your dogs, that's fantastic. I hope this makes sense. Listen, looks like things are really good for you. And if there's changes in career, they're good ones. So don't worry, don't fear. This is going to work out for the best. I also just heard the word bus driver. So maybe for some of you, you are contemplating being a bus driver, or you are currently a bus driver and you're about to retire, or you're about to move on from that position. Buses, I hear buses. So maybe for some of you work in an environment where you're dealing with buses in some way, shape or form or capacity. I hope this makes sense. This made sense to you. Of course, this is a general reading, even though some of the information is very, very specific. If you would like a private session to know what this is all about personally or specifically, of course, feel free to contact me and we'll set something up. Thank you for liking, for sharing. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it more than you will ever know. Do let me know how this fits with you. And if it doesn't, listen to your other signs, as it may offer a more complete picture. Or maybe this isn't for you this month, and that's totally okay. I wish you best of luck. I wish you a wonderful month of August, and I want to say in September as well, but I'm going to see you before September, and I look forward to seeing you in 4 weeks or so. Okay, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.